Hey, what's up, y'all? It's popping. It's D. About to react to this vid by Bose versus the World. It's titled "We Need to Put a Stop to Azealia Banks." So I reacted to another video about Azealia and her beefing with people, and then somebody sent me this and was like, "You need to react to this video because it covers even more beefs that she was involved in." Apparently, she was beefing with Skai Jackson and some other people. How you beefing with a child? That's wild. Well, I don't think she's a child anymore, but I think at the time when Azealia was beefing with her, she was like really young. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna see what else is going on with this crazy woman and who else she was beefing with. Let's watch.
You guys never see me this excited about a case because normally it's true crime stuff, which means something really bad happened. But in this case, it's Azealia Banks, so it means something really bad happened. Disclaimer, I need you guys to not go full internet on this for a minute and not feel like, I need to pick a side. This is bad. This is whatever. Listen, it's a nightmare, okay? Azealia is kind of a nightmare. She makes banger music, but she has the most controversies of any musician that I've ever heard. I thought I would highlight some interesting Azealia Banks controversies over the course of her career. We have a lot to go through, but before we get started, I thought I would run through a few of Azalea's controversies briefly that I think are funny, but we didn't have enough time to go in depth with these. 1, Azealia Banks once called Beyonce a creep. She said that Beyonce was creeping on her, and she's a creep. 2, Azealia Banks in a Rolling Stone interview said the Beatles suck, which I just think is really funny. She said that. When she was once asked about Kanye West, this was her response. Listen to my music. Listen to the last 5 years of Kanye's music. I'm superior. I don't have to talk about all of that, which is beneath me. He's been, I guess, selling sneakers and doing outrageous stuff. Everything but the music. Selling sneakers? You mean Yeezys? That's $1 billion right there. She act like he's sitting outside Harlem with the back of a truck open saying, come on, man, I got you. She is the epitome of separate the art from the artist. Because some of the stuff that I'm going to tell you that Azealia has done is horrific. It really, really is. And then some of the stuff that she's done is actually kind of funny. And then sometimes the music she puts out is bumping. Does anyone else just not know how they feel about her? It's tumultuous. For the sake of this video, don't try to take too many moral standpoints. Don't draw hard lines. Just listen.
It makes me want to listen to her music.
Decide how you feel at the end of part 2, which I feel like inevitably I'm gonna have to make because this is just crazy. Let's start early. Azealia Banks was born in Manhattan. She's born in New York. She's the youngest of 3 kids, and her mom is super abusive. According to Azealia, she would be physically abusive to her. She would constantly insult her. She would regularly tell her daughter that she was ugly, and she would harp on her appearance, telling her how disgusting or horrific she looked. Things that a child and a teenage girl that's, maturing just can't process. Can you imagine hearing that from your mother? It's terrifying. She ends up moving out when she's 14 years old to live with her sister. There's a lot of emotional stuff going on. She just can't handle it. She drops out of school, and she decides to pursue the arts. She gets noticed pretty early by some agent or manager that was kind of working with her. Tries to get her on PBS, he tries to get her on Nickelodeon, he tried to get her on Law and Order, and it just didn't really work out. And then she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna make music and just, dance on the side. She starts making music, and she had a few hit songs here and there, and then she had this song called 212 that went absolutely viral. As viral as you could go back in the MySpace days. It was really unique. She had time signature changes. The tone in her voice would vary. She's a good singer. She's a good rapper. The music video looked cool. People were like, whoa, this girl's really cool. Let's give her a shot. Let's bring her into the music industry. How bad could it be? Because of Azalea's difficult upbringing, she would sometimes lose her temper and get upset with people. Namely, somebody from early in May of 2016. Do you guys know who Skai Jackson is? Skai Jackson she was a Disney Channel star. And it's pretty surprising that Azealia would have beef with her. Azealia, a 5-year-old, started beef online with Skai. Some of you guys might actually recognize her from this meme, which was super, super popular online. A lot of people use it as a Twitter reaction picture. Well, Azealia starts picking on her, and this strange Twitter beef ensues. Skai tweeted, Azealia Banks needs to simmer down a little. And Azealia responded and said, and you need to grow some hips and start your menses. Stay in a child's place.
What?
I know hip having 14-year-old has more class than you. Worry about your career. Get one. Now, Skai is roasting her right now because she got 40,000 likes and Azalea's got 3K or so, Azealia said, LOL, your mom's been pimping you out to Disney since you were a little girl. Let's see what you end up like at 21. Bye. I had a career before Disney, and I'm sure I will after, and I know I won't turn out like you, bitter and miserable. Fix your life. Dude, she is roasting her like a 14-year-old. And Azealia just keeps going. By the way, guys, this is going to get exponentially worse. When she said I had a career before Disney, Azealia said, never heard of you before, never seen you on TV. You aren't a star. You aren't a topic. You're a meme. And Skai said, a meme with 2.3 million Instagram followers. My memes are more relevant to you. Now that said, now back Twitter troll. Oh my God,
what the
dude.
Hell? This
She
is
look. So Azealia just keeps going. All right. Oh my God. She literally said to her, Disney will find another more talented, more interesting black girl to replace you with. Poor you. Skai said, take your L like a champ. Man, she just kept going. And look, that's the thing. You don't argue with 14-year-olds because they don't have anything better to do. They will just keep going. This part is about to get so bad that I cannot show it on stream. In May. This is like the same month, okay? And some people will be like, oh, you know, Azalea's come out and said she has mental health issues. I'm going to tell you guys right now, sure, mental health issues, but she is also a hater. She is a certified member of the Player Haters Club. In fact, she might even be the fucking president, okay? In May, just a day or two later, Azealia is on one. And she starts to accuse Zayn Malik of One Direction of copying her music video. Here's one still that we were...
Russell Crowe.
I had never heard of Russell Crowe having problems, or I would see him as like a pretty unproblematic person.
Palin? That's random.
So
Eminem.
I don't even want to use it. I see Russell Crowe as a pretty normal, well-adjusted person. I dig into it a little bit, and I did find that some people said that he could sometimes be violent, or he could be aggressive, and he's a bit of a drinker. So I want you to take that with a grain of salt. This is about to get crazy. So Azealia Banks is doing really well musically, and she gets recognized by RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. He's got his own record label, and he decides to give her a shot, and he wants to sign her. Well, they're hanging out, you know, they're doing dinners, just business stuff, and he invites Azealia to go to Russell Crowe's party, okay? She's RZA's +1. Now, by the end of the night, Azealia Banks had claimed that Russell choked her, spat on her, and called her the N-word. She said, to recap my night, I went to a party at Russell Crowe's suite, at which he called me an N-word, choked me, threw me out, and spat on me. Last night was one of the hardest nights of sleep I've had in a long time. The men in the room allowed it to happen. I feel terrible today. Well, this sparks a really big uproar because
he just did that out the blue.
Not acceptable. I got a video where Azealia describes what she said happened.
I guess, you know, when men are making jokes, you're not supposed to, you know, add jokes and be funny, and there was a lot of trying to put me in my place.
That right there says so much. There's a lot of trying to make jokes and be funny, and there was a lot of trying to put me in my place. So basically, she was trying to participate in the conversation, maybe making jokes, maybe trying to say like, hey, I'm cool, like I'm one of you guys. And then these bougie Hollywood people were knocking her down a peg. You could see it all in her facial expressions. You can, like, I mean, like, she furrows her brows so many times. She's very, in my opinion, she's very triggered by that. And I can understand that. That's Azalea's account of events. But there were other people in the party. And, you know, I think it's up for you to decide.
Hear from non-crazy people.
Is this a bunch of Hollywood people that think she's nothing and nobody and they're trying to silence her? Or did this account really happen? Let me tell you what other people at the party said. Russell Crowe bounced rapper Azealia Banks out of his hotel suite when she turned into the +1 from hell and threatened to cut his guests and watch them bleed. According to eyewitness accounts, the trouble started when Azealia laughed out loud at Russell's music selection and then called him and at least one other guest boring white men. We're told a female guest jumped to Russell's defense and suggested that Banks pipe down. Instead, we're told that she made an insane speech/threat to Crowe and the woman, saying, you would love it if I broke my glass, stabbed you guys in the throat, and blood would squirt everywhere, like some real Tarantino shit. Then for good measure, witnesses say she dropped a few N-bombs, yet Crowe remained surprisingly calm. We're told that Azealia reached for her glass, cocked it back, and that's when Russell had enough. He grabbed her in a bear hug and carried her out of the suite. We're told at least 4 of the guests/witnesses gave statements during the investigation, and all 4 used the word erratic to describe Azalea's behavior. For the record, we're told even RZA said that she used the N-word, not Russell. I just feel like that doesn't sound like
that makes more
also,
sense.
After all that, Azealia pressed charges, but the case was thrown out by a judge after they took all of the witness statements. So, you decide. Continuing our series of surprising guests in the Azealia Banks controversy, do you guys remember a little running mate named Sarah Palin? Well, at one point, Azealia Banks read an article with fake quotes from Sarah Palin. The fake quote said that Sarah Palin claimed, well, black people were happy as slaves, and they chose to be slaves. And in the fake article, it said that she used the N-word. Not like the hard R, but like the historical N-word. You know what I mean? Like, that's basically what they said she said. Now, It wasn't a real article. It wasn't. It was basically on a news website that's kind of like The Onion. This is what she tweeted to Sarah Palin after she read the fake quotes. Honestly, let's find the biggest, burliest, blackest historical N-word and let them run a train on her. Film it and put it on World Star. Azealia also said, at least suck an N-word dick or something before you start talking about black people willingly accepting slavery. That's the least she can do. And then Sarah Palin posted this response. We'll read some of it. Hey, female rapper, listen up, little darling. No one has any idea what you're wiggling out in these bizarre, violent rants against me, but you're obviously not exercising enough intelligence to acknowledge you've been sucked into believing some fake interview in which I supposedly offered comments representing the antithesis of my truth. God bless you, Miss Banks, as you consider a change of heart. Sarah Palin. In 2014, this was a while ago, Eminem wrote a lyric about Lana Del Rey. It said, I'll punch Lana Del Rey right in the face twice, like Ray Rice in broad daylight, in the plain sight of the elevator's surveillance. Azealia Banks and Lana Del Rey, at the time, were friends, okay? So immediately, Azealia jumps to Lana's defense when she reads this rap lyric. And Azealia tweets to Lana, tell Eminem to go back to his trailer park and eat his microwave Hot Pocket dinner and suck on his sister's titties.
Not Hot Pocket. Girl, what?
I don't think anything really came of that, but that is what she said. Lana and Azealia were friends for a very long time. Like, Lana, they kind of were coming up in the same, like, sphere. Different genres of music, but people looking for unique, interesting things from, like, lesser-known artists at the time. So they were really coming up at the same time. They become friends, but eventually...
I already saw this in the other video. That's very surprising that they were friends.
This one's aggressive.
I gotta hear this, Lizzo. What the fuck did Lizzo do?
Azealia Banks also had beef with Lizzo. And it started off with her calling Lizzo
fat.
Millennial Mammy, which if you guys didn't know, Mammy is an offensive black caricature from way, way back in the day. So her calling her Millennial Mammy is just crazy. She literally... I can't believe I'm saying this. She went live on it. I'm just telling you what happened. She went live on Instagram just to talk about Lizzo's weight.
You see her off magic being torn to shreds by Fat Lizzo. I hate you, Fat Lizzo. I hate you, girl. I hate you for coming out with that floss up your fat ass and really trying to steal from the fucking black girls' cupcakes. Fucking white gays got in your head and was like, yeah, steal cupcakes thing. And now you
look at how psychotic she looks. She looked crazy as hell. What is this pink prison jumpsuit? What is happening?
Oh, you're just riding on this black just fucking energy, trying to act like body positivity, you fat.
Oh my God! She really just went live to be just yelling at Lizzo like that. I've left out a lot of stuff. Okay,
said, I hate you, fat Lizzo.
There's literally a video, just so you guys know. There's a video of her where I think she practices some form of witchcraft, where she was killing chickens in her closet. She like went live on Instagram to show the cleanup of like her cleaning like the feathers and the blood and everything out of the closet. That was real crazy, but we'll do it. Someone says she likes attention. I feel like it's more than that.
Absolutely.
I like attention too, and I've never killed a chicken. We don't have time to get into the full Azealia Banks versus Grimes versus Elon Musk. That's right. She also had beef with Elon Musk. But
she's beefing with herself. He don't know her.
What happened was, a while back, Grimes was supposed to make a song with Azealia Banks. And I guess Azealia had come over to Grimes and Elon's house, and they were hanging out. They were supposed to hang out and make music. But I guess Grimes wasn't home. So Azealia posted this on her story. Literally been sitting at Elon Musk's house alone for days, waiting for Grimes to show up and start these sessions. I have no idea when she's coming back. I'm going to wait one more day, and then I'm going to go home. So Grimes and Azealia got into a very, very, very public internet fight where they started leaking each other's text messages, okay? Grimes said, at least I'm not fat. And Azealia said, or hips, or ass, or tits. And you smell like a roll of nickels. You look like a little boy. You're not... She said you smell like a roll of nickels. She said, you're not woman enough for a man like that, sis. She said, Elon is way out of your league, sis. Only thing that should be afraid of you is the buffet. And after all this, he still wants to meet me. He wants me bad. Like, dude... like a roll of nickels. I'm sexy, babe. Want some food? Elon wants this fat pussy. You need an IV and a tan. I need you guys to realize that this is going on at 4 a.m. and they're rapid texting. This is like instant messenger here. 417, 417, 418. That's all I have. That's all I have for Azealia right now.
Azealia is just mentally not well. It's worse than I thought, and it was already really bad. This woman, I feel for her because something is terribly wrong upstairs. Something is wrong. I wish her peace and healing, because this is wild, but very interesting. What in the fuck? She has beefed with everybody. Everybody. A lot of these are one-sided beefs for sure, but I just can't imagine having that much hatred for so many people. Girl, this is wild. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.